What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. You can tell by the title, it says it itself. America is not affordable. Um, I was looking at a few things, thinking about a few things, and this whole pandemic and everything that goes on with it. And what wound up catching my eye was at a certain point, just racking my brain, having to come to grips with the fact that America is not affordable. And a lot of the things that's going on in American society is based on the fact that America is unaffordable for most people. What's up, Rollo? So that's what this is about. I think about the cost of living. It's always rising. Inflation's always rising. The country is, in massive, massive debt. The government itself is in massive debt. The government and the country is in massive debt. And the fact that, people are working. What's up, Marley, man? You know, people are getting stimulus checks to get them by through the pandemic, which I understand. But some countries have more to offer than this country. And the crazy part about it is the cost of living here, depending on where you at, is ridiculous. And what I mean by that, America is not affordable. Is when you live in a major metropolitan city, he's this the ugly truth, huh? I feel you on that, Rollo. When you live in a major metropolitan city, um, you have to have a certain type of income to basically live a comfortable life. And if you don't live in a major metropolitan city, you're not going to make as much money as you would in a metropolitan city. So by default, you can't necessarily get more bang for your buck because you're gonna make less bucks. So you're gonna still have that tight squeeze going on. So America is not affordable, and you trying to. It's interesting, man, Rollo. I feel you, Mike. Man, I heard London is expensive, and I heard the food sucks too. But you know, it is what it is. Brian, what's happening? So part of this issue that comes to mind is when I thought about living. And the first thing I thought about was, you know, how much money people made in the past, and how much money people make in the present, and what people were able to do with their money in the past, and what are people able to do with their money in the present. And in my mind, it's like, you know, all right, so dumb. So, so it's one of those things where I see the cost of everything rising. Like, I don't see people buying new cars that often anymore. You know what I'm saying? People used to buy a new car back in the day. Um, when I was a kid, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, around 2010-ish, people stopped buying like brand new cars like that, because they cost too much. You know, they cost too much. He said, trying to live lavish in the Bay. I know the Bay is expensive. Disciple, what's popping? And that's the crazy part about it is, oh my bad, I got this thing over here. Let's turn it. Okay. I never put the shield up because it gets in the way. So what ends up happening is, when it goes to state to state, city to city, the cost of living in certain states and certain cities. Diedrich, what's popping, man? RBG, what's good? What's good? Rollo, thanks, man. You know, man, I'm gonna do my best, Rollo. I'm gonna do my best, man. You know, but when I say people not buying new cars, because you see the cost of cars are just going astronomically high. And when I say cars, I'm not talking about luxury. Those are always going to be up there. But I'm looking at your economy, sedans, mid-size, and I'm looking like, these cars are costing more than people making a year too now. And if you're making, 50, 60, $70,000, it don't cost that much. I'm in Texas. Brian, but I know for a fact that Texas is rising. The cost of living in Texas is catching up to other places. You know, what's up, Marty? Charles, what's happening? Kaiser, what's happening? You going to move in the Philippines? That's dope. That's dope. I went up there. I was clowning too. What's going on, Devin? So what winds up happening is I'm looking at it like, okay, and I've talked about this before, where I see more and more people, more and more apartment complexes going up, even in Texas. Me too, Byron. Me too, Brian. Me too. you know, and so, I, well, I was about to say that I run into you somewhere, but the crazy part about it is I see more apartment complexes going up in subdivisions. And then I see more people who can't afford apartments, and then they get roommates. And then some of those people can barely afford apartments, but they can't save enough money to get a home. So that's crazy. I mean, this is where we at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you see it too, Disciple, because I remember the houses used to be like just like Atlanta. Atlanta's the same way. Atlanta, the cost of living was good, but now it's getting, you know, I remember, like I said, my older cousin, he bought a house. It was 11,000 square feet. It was $1 million house. And that was early mid 2000s. You know what I'm saying? 2005, like that. Oh, I know Dallas. I know Dallas going up. Dallas, Arlington, Frisco, all that. In Greenspoint, ooh, God, dog. The price is just going up crazy. And I'm looking at all the people who are going to school, getting an education. Nigel, what's happening? And I'm seeing what used to be a certain price is at double and triple that price. And I'm thinking to myself, well, how people going to afford this? Because I think it's so unaffordable now, because our education has become unaffordable. People are going to school because they feel like it's a necessity, but it's a overpriced necessity to this point. Everybody, you have to go to a certain school. People are starting to look at it like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know if I can afford to go to this school or that school or this school or that school. It's to the point where, yeah, it is cheaper than up north. Texas is Houston is definitely cheaper than Chicago. It's definitely cheaper than Boston. It's definitely cheaper than the DMV. Definitely cheaper. Like certain places in Ohio, it might be comparable, but they have state tax. So you know what I'm saying? It's that type of thing. Indiana, because people going from Chicago have moved to like Indiana and just make the commute, because the cost of living on the outskirts of Indiana, that are near Chicago, are a whole lot cheaper than being in Chicago. So I see that also, like, America is not affordable because some people in certain places can't even live in their own city. You know, oh man, on Connecticut, I could see that. You know, because one of my best friends, he's like, all his friends moved out to, dang, I forgot what the name of the joint was. But it's like right on the border of Chicago and Indiana, like, but they have bigger homes, better homes, cheaper homes. And matter of fact, let me get to that part. America is not affordable because now, even when I see people build homes, they're not really putting the work into these homes anymore. Like, it used to be, 4 sides brick, then 3 sides brick. Now, 1 side, somewhat brick, 3 sides of siding. And I'm talking about homes that are $100,000 to homes that $300,000 or $400,000. this is what's going on. Like you're building houses that might not last. Depending on the area is one thing. Like, some people got stucco, right? It's not really a problem with stucco. That depends on where you live in though. But if the foundation settles, your stucco can crack. So, that's why brick houses last longer in general. Well, it depends on where you at, Starworth, because you know what I'm saying. In certain places, like shout out to Erica Williams if she's ever in the building. Tell her hello. Calculated risk. My bad. What's happening? Oh man, what's popping? Ernest, my bad. What's going on? Calculated risk. My bad. So getting back to that, shout out to Erica because I think Austin is going to start booming. Because what you start seeing is, when I say America is not affordable, you started seeing people move to the fringe cities. You know what I'm saying? Austin and San Antonio or fringe cities in Texas. Say in Louisiana, people like to live across the lake. You know what I'm saying? In New Orleans. Don't be surprised if more people try to move to Baton Rouge. But see, I went to college in Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge, the price has been rising since I left. You know what I'm saying? When you see people, instead of Nashville, they in Chattanooga, or you know what I'm saying, or something like that. So, or on the outskirts. So now you're seeing these other cities that are not the top tier cities in these states. That's it is going up. Yeah, Austin is expensive, but I know they're moving that tech there too, though. So that's going to add to the mix. I was looking at Vegas. People used to like to go to Vegas and Florida. Florida is definitely overpriced at this particular point because, most people can't afford to live in Miami. What's up, Micah? Most people can't, maybe, I don't know if, Orlando, Tampa Bay, that's a little lighter, you know what I'm saying? You might try Fort Myers or something like that. I could get it. But it seems like everybody is just like, they tapped out. Even when it comes to this relationship, gender type of thing. I've said a long time ago, even part of that gender war stuff is what's up, David? My bad, fam. Marty, you know what I mean? Emmanuel, what's up? You and I, what's happening? Jay, what's going on? Yeah, Tesla coming there. Shay, what's going on? So what ends up happening is, part of the gender war has to do with money, in my opinion. Prophet, what's going on, fam? In the Queen City, what's up, George? And thanks, Prophet. Thank you. And George, the temptation, I can't be a temptation today. I'm gonna try to be a little serious. Oh yeah, I know, Ernest. But what I'm seeing is, part of the gender war has to do with finances because people can't afford to be single. And that's why I mean America is not affordable because a lot of us can't afford to be single. No matter how you slice it. If you're single by yourself, the price, and it's always been built like that. If you have an apartment, the most expensive apartment to have is a 1-bedroom. For the most part. If you get a studio, different. But a 1-bedroom is different than having a 2-bedroom because if you split the rent with a roommate in a 2-bedroom, you're gonna see it cost you significantly less than it does having a 1-bedroom. And because back in the day, I remember a 1-bedroom used to be like $570, and a 2-bedroom used to be like $800. This is when I had an apartment, and those same apartments right now, I'm pretty sure they're probably running $1,000 right now. You know what I'm saying? Because they right off of the strip and whatnot. And this goes to another aspect of this. America is not affordable because of travel. And what I mean by that is you used to be able to afford, you could save money in traveling as far as gas. Now people are, the cities are getting bigger. The cities aren't getting bigger. They're the same size they've always been. But the cities are getting developed have been developed in a bigger way. So now you can go from downtown to the outskirts, and you can work anywhere from downtown to the outskirts. But the problem is travel time. Travel time. That gas kills you. That gas always gets you. Because now, like, and people know this. I live in Houston, but I'm gonna tell you what winds up happening. I got family and friends that I hardly see because they live on a completely different side of town. That could take you. It could take me 55 minutes just to get to them, and that's what clear traffic. That's what clear traffic. But what winds up making it unaffordable, that it's not affordable, is you see people going to work every day, and they going to work downtown. They going to work outskirts of town. Now they the carpools really stop because that costs too much. You know what I'm saying? Then you get the bus pass thing where everybody buys the bus, but once you buy the bus pass, you still got to pay for the parking. So now just going to work has become an extra expense because if you work downtown, now you pay for that. And what you see, and one of the things I normally did, I work near home, so I'm good on that part of it. But all of my family and friends, they got to 10, 20, 30, sometimes 40 miles out just to get to work and just to get back, and the time that takes, the time that wears on you every day. Now you're losing time every day just on that hike, and it's not affordable. It makes it not affordable because now think about how this digs into your pockets as far as when you get home. Now you don't want to cook. Now you don't want to clean because now by the time you get home, you're not really spent, but you're like, I don't feel like doing it. So now you want to buy these quick meals, cheap meals. It is what it is. Thank you, Emma. Yeah, I'm trying to do a little bit. You know, David, what you got? I know New York people are leaving. Same thing with Chicago. They leaving too. Same thing with California. They leaving too. Metro, yeah, that Metro parking ride is a mother. I see that. I see it. I'm like, man, they gonna make a killing. But you see more and more people. You don't have time to cook. I've seen more services catered to people who feel like they run out of time. It's more prepared meals even in the grocery store now. There's more home cleaning services than I've seen in my life because that used to be a fringe thing. That you got home, somebody clean your home, blah 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 blah, right? That's when you got money. Now you got people buying maids and stuff to come clean their house because they just done with it. You can't cut I still cut grass and do and clean up for the most part, but yeah, man. Yeah, man, Ernest, I get it. I used to live off of Westheimer. You know what I'm saying? I worked downtown at first for a good minute, and then I moved out here. But Westheimer's, that Galleria area it was a mother. And going from the Galleria to the north side, oh no, man. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But when I see people paying for this and paying for that, that's why I'm saying America's not affordable, because now you're paying for all these types of different services that you have more time to do yourself. And now I think people wind down less. They sleep less, just in my opinion. And on top of that, I don't know how to say this properly, but I'm going to give it my best shot. America is not affordable because now the cost of energy is going up everywhere. When I talk to my friends up north, their winter heating bills are ridiculous. They're just ridiculous. Like in summer, like out here in Texas in the summertime, it gets ridiculous. These electricity bills, they shoot up. Like I got friends, family, and coworkers, they paying $200, $300, $400, $500 on electricity because they keeping the AC on. Even in some of these homes, you would consider energy efficient. And that's a whole nother thing. Like, that this adds to the mix that, sometimes people who try to get they start a home even out here, now they're buying older homes, but those older homes aren't energy efficient. So that's kicking their behinds because some people don't know how to work on it. Oh man. Next to, oh yeah. Dang, wait a minute. That's Gessler. He said the Hooters. Hold up. Guess. Oh yeah. The Hooters on the corner. Yeah, behind the gas station. Yeah, I had to think about that because they used to have an old sports bar back there. There was out. It was something out there. SHO was a long time ago. But man, so yeah, I got homeboys live over there. Cause I lived off of what was it? I lived across the street from the strip clubs and the KFC. That's where I used to live at, like back in the day. Across the street from the strip club and the KFC, and them apartments that's behind that wing stop in that Japanese joint, in the strip center. Undefeated. What's happening? Wait a minute, what's going on? But this goes to show you like things are different. Yeah. I lived there. Lived there like 2000 and something, like early 2003, 2004, something like that. And then they basically flipped that. Yeah, they had the townhomes next. Yeah. We done here. And, ooh, man, Ema, I feel you on that. So yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So it's weird. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm seeing younger people. Because every now and then I drive by, and then when I drive by, I see more people walking down the street, just walking. I'm just like, man, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Oh, it's called podcast now because it's two over there. It was the one. It's one behind behind the Mexican restaurant, and in the KFC is the one that's just right on the street. I remember that joint. Windrock, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Goshen, I'm thinking Goshen. I'm booked. Shalom, what's happening? You know, so getting back to the thing about America is not affordable because what winds up what winds up happening is I'm seeing older people trying to buy property at an older age where they can't afford it. You know, now I see people signing mortgages when the question is, can you afford it now? Not because of your job, but can you afford it as far as your time span in life? Like, you know, can you actually live long enough to pay this off? And that's a whole nother thing that just gets in the way. Now, the other thing about this that just messes with me, America is not affordable because people want to live the American dream. And in that need to live the American dream, we are very financially irresponsible, and people are taking high advantage of us. You know, when I see all of these restaurants packed all the time, and I'm thinking to myself, when people gonna cook? Cynical, what's happening? When people gonna cook? When people gonna do something for themselves? They not. And this need to just chill out, it costs too much. You know, America is not affordable in the sense of, even when I think about gaming, I ain't had a video game system in a very long time. But just the cost of the video games, you see people buying them, and you're like, where are you getting this money from? Because that's like your fifth video game this month, and these things running from $39.99 to $59.99 a pop, and you sitting there all day playing, and you tripping. You got too much time on your hands. You know what I'm saying? Kids doing it. It's not affordable because people want to buy things that you don't use. We break stuff so many times. Like, I never understood this, and I never take it into consideration. The vast majority of us in America, we'll buy electronics, and those electronics will have a warranty, and we'll break them before the warranty's up, but we didn't forgot, you know, that if it was under warranty, because some of these things got a 1-2 year warranty where if it breaks before that time's up, you can send it back and get something new. The vast majority of us forget all about that. We just buy it new because we don't want to, you know, I don't want to waste the time. Let me just go get it right now. So I need it right now mentality costs us a whole lot of money. Oh, I know Midtown expensive. Oh, I already know that. Midtown crazy. Even even Third Ward, off of Emancipation, like they building those houses out there. It's getting ridiculous, man. It's getting ridiculous. Appreciate you, Kareem, man. God, dog, I hate when the screen jump like that. you know, you got a cynical. He said, "Don't get." Thanks, Kareem. That's a cold picture. That's a cold picture. I'll tell you that right now. That's you know. Oh man, you have to buy the rest of the. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, Calvin. That's why I ain't buying them games no more. Yeah, we do have luxuries and necessities mixed up. You know what I'm saying? We don't even do that anymore. And then on top of that, I'm starting to, pay attention more and more to the smallest things as far as I'm seeing more people, I've seen more college age kids graduate and move back home or go out on their own for a little bit and they can't afford it and they move back home. And I've seen so many people have kids and either paying child support is financially strapping the dude, so he can't necessarily afford a life because he's paying what he may feel is too much, or the woman receiving the child support, it might not be enough to help her at the same time until the kid gets a certain age. But at the same time, that extra ripping and running for the kids, that costs. That extra, people don't know about paying those. If you get off, because most daycares had that 6 to 6:30 rule. Like, if it might close at 6, it might close at 6:30, and if you pick that kid up after 6 or 6:30, they charge you, about a minute to a degree. So you're paying late fees, and some people are late every day, and some people trying to get people to pick the kids up every day. And now you not only you getting charged up on daycare, you're getting charged up on a late fee. Now you're getting caught in traffic, you get charged up driving home. Now you got to stop, you got to get something to eat on the way back home. You nickel and diming yourself out of everything. I was clowning with one of my coworkers about this a couple of days ago. I said, man, he's a big guy, and I be laughing. It's like, look, and he's like, what you gonna get something to eat? I said, man, I'm a dollar menu player. I'm gonna still do the dollar menu, but the dollar menu ain't even the dollar menu no more in America. You know what I'm saying? That we used to be able to get a whole meal for $3. You can get go to Wendy's, get you a burger, fries, and a drink, $3 and some change. A double stack, blah blah blah. I remember, Popeyes, it used to be 99 cents for 2 pieces of biscuits. It went from 99 cents to 109. I think it's 149 now, and everything is going up for the same thing. It's why I'm saying America is not affordable, because you're not getting the bang for your buck that you did previously. And when you get ahead of the game, that's one thing. But most of us in America are not ahead of the game. Most of us are behind the game. America is not affordable because I started seeing things like, now when you can buy furniture on credit and they give you a year to make your first payment, that's if you got to fit a certain protocol to do that. But when you even got to buy furniture on credit and make monthly payments, we know it's not affordable. When I go to the phone store and people now you gotta pay on your phone monthly, like $30, $20, $10, $5 added to your bill because you can't afford to pay for the phone outright. And I mean, I personally keep my phone for like 2-3 years. See, back in the day, I would always get over on that because I would keep my phone 2 years and then trade the suck in after the 2 years is up and get a free phone. I didn't need a spectacular brand new phone that got all this, that, and the third. It didn't make no sense to me. But I know people who had numerous iPhones and Galaxies and this and that and the third. And in a year's time, they just spent thousands of dollars on a phone. Or they still paying on a phone. You know what I'm saying? Nautilus, what's happening? Noise, what's going on? You know, Everything going up except the pay. Yeah, everything, and that's a problem. When the payphones went up, man, I didn't even know the payphone went up. I ain't even been by a payphone in that long. You know what I'm saying? Right. No matter, and that's what I do now. I just buy the phone outright. I just say, okay, when it's time to get the phone, just buy it outright. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. That's what I was talking about earlier, AW. You know, these prices of homes are unaffordable for a lot of people. And not just the prices of homes being unaffordable. What it is, you know, the things that made people afford homes back in the day, they can't do it now. Now people actually sometimes need to put down that down payment. Now your student loans is in the mix as far as you paying for your home. Now they put your student loan in there. Like your actuaries are ridiculous. You know, like one of the things that cracked me up, you know what I'm saying, when I say America is not affordable is insurance. Like if you notice, you know, like the older I get, they kept saying, you know, when you get to a certain age, you know what I'm saying, the insurance goes down. It goes down. I've been paying the same exact, pretty much the same amount in insurance all these years. You know, I know people who have, you know, and I know actuaries stick us as men, but as black men, I get stuck with all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your insurance? And what I want to do, and I pay my insurance like when 6 month increments, you know, to keep it cheaper. But you know, car insurance, like when guys are younger, you know, they gotta you get a. This is why I see a lot of young cats with cars, and the car is $300. The car insurance is $300. The car note is $400. The car insurance is $400. It's like, man, you know, so this is not affordable. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. It is, yeah, yeah. Texas has like the highest car insurance, and I think in America, our car insurance is ridiculous. You know, almost more than, yeah. It is, it is. You know, and that's a problem. And then I see people who try to, you know, get around it. Like, I'm gonna go to this service and that service. I'm gonna need this because all you need is the basic car insurance to be covered as far as legally. But here's the problem, though: you get in an accident, you know, that base insurance really gonna, it might not cover. It's gonna cover little to nothing, and now you might be on the hook for stuff. What up, Patrick? Scooby Doo, what's popping? Exactly, Emmanuel. That's when they say it's supposed to start going down. You know, stupid stuff. I've been on for 33 minutes. You know what I'm saying? $5,000 a year car insurance. It's not normal, Scooby Doo. It's not normal. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's just people get gouged like that. They get gouged horribly like that. And then, you know, take into consideration, um, how can I say this? America is becoming unaffordable because products that we're creating in America don't last long. I don't understand that. Like, I take care of a lot of things for a very long time. I can keep things together for a very long time, but I've noticed that the products that most people have nowadays, they don't last long. You know what I'm saying? People think about the cars last longer than they used to. Yeah, but what happens to them? You get what I'm saying? Like cars fall apart. I'm trying to figure out why people always call these cars trash and they keep falling apart. I'm like, everything is, it shouldn't be like it was, but it ain't. Man, thanks, Young G. Get out of there ASAP, fam. ASAP. Because, you know, it's one of these things where I'm starting to see like things don't get you really don't get ahead. You really don't. You know, it's not affordable because you can't get ahead. And then people, if you move from one state, like I got a homeboy, he's from New York. He lives out here, and he a hustler. He a hustler. not a hustler in a negative um, in a negative connotation like drugs. No, he's the hustler. He's a businessman. He does well because that if you bring that New York hustle to the South, you do well. You do well. Deeski, what's popping? You know, oh man, dates cost a lot too. I got to take. I'm gonna go to my homeboy house now because he doing jerk chicken. You know, if you ain't a baller, don't ball, Mike. Hey, uh, and that's the thing. That's why I mean it's not affordable. It's way more expensive to repair these cars now, and at the same time, you can't just work on a car like you used to. You know, I was looking at somebody was doing roofing yesterday, and I'm thinking to myself, that roof ain't that old, bro. Like, why are you fixing the roof? But what I forgot was because I got family members and coworkers that have, you know, home problems like roof problems, like this, that, and third. That you know, sometimes when you live in a house, you make it worse than it is because you want to have it a certain way in the house, and then it eats at other things. Or if it rains, you don't fix something, you know what I'm saying, quick, and then it spills out into another problem, that type of thing. But even home repairs are making things unaffordable because they cost too much now. And ironically, the parts are all interchangeable now. Man, what's going on, Dollar Washer? Thanks, fam. John, what's popping? That's capitalism. It is out of control. Hey, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. But that's part of why I'm saying, you know, it's not affordable because we're taught to have bad priorities. Our priorities suck, man. You know, the way we think about planning ahead, planning for the future is horrible. It's ridiculous at best, in my opinion. Oh shit! Hold up. I'm trying to see somebody trying. Okay. Anyway, what winds up happening is we in these situations where I'm looking at the next generation because I'm thinking to myself, are we preparing the next generation for success, or are we trying to stay afloat ourselves, or are we sabotaging the next generation by what we're able to do or not able to do? You know, this is what goes on. Yeah, we can't have everything. They are trade offs. I feel you. Yeah, I definitely feel you. You know, yeah, nobody's gonna be going to private college anymore, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And my bad. What's up to you, George? And you know, in my opinion, private college is about to be a thing of the past. Whoo, you know, and that's the other thing about, and you know, do we know how to inherit things right? Because if, like, here's the thing, part of the reason I'm saying America is not affordable, if the government itself is in such a bad financial bind that it probably can't get its stuff together, what does that say about the normal American citizen? Oh my, what's happening? You know, what does that say about the normal citizen? And ironically, I don't know if people have seen this. You know, divorce. You know, divorces break up for sex or money, and you see it. Even more married people have money problems. Now think about this: we live in a society where they say two people get together. You need a two-parent, two people who need to work in the household to make it functional. And we can't even do that in our society because when two people get together and get married, they're having financial issues. Why? Because they can't afford a lifestyle. You know, they can't afford to live together on one or two incomes. So what is that saying? You know, and imagine having kids in that mix. Now you don't want it. Now the stupidity part about it is these people get divorced because of money, and then they wind up broker, single than they were when they were married, and now it makes it worse. Oh man, she won't stop spending. You know, man, KC King, they can't even. I mean, if they go back to the gold standard for the dollar, dog, this dollar will be beneath worthless. Think about that. I think gold is still at what, 1,600 an ounce. You know what I'm saying? So 1 ounce of gold is was worth. Let me pull it up. You know, before I even do it. So gold is at 1,700 an ounce, $54 a gram, $54,000 a kilo. Man, if we go back to the gold standard, this country's screwed. This country's screwed because everything that it is 1734. Thanks, fam. Thanks, Scooby. You know, Sydney was popping. Sydney. Oh, it was like 75, and I can understand that. You know, I can understand that because if all non-black people know to go to HBCUs because it's cheaper. You getting the same education just for cheaper. You know, silver is definitely undervalued. You know, making a killing. Hey, I hope you can retire, bro. Do you think? You know, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if people could stop doing that. That's good. Diners, hey, let Diners handle his business. Let Diners handle his business. You know, too much supply of stocks, a little man. That's cold blooded. You know, because when I was in school, they had, a lot of white kids at school, and I was like, what the hell? It's like, man, they call it the cost is cheaper than a regular school, than like predominantly white school. Shouldn't call it regular. They all regular schools. Chaos was happening, but America is not affordable no more. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I was going back to thinking about vacation, people take vacations in countries so they can live a whole lot better. Like when guys go to, when men and women go to the Dominican Republic and Jamaica, Barbados, the Bahamas, Cozumel, Cancun, Africa, they're going in countries that, Medellin, you know what I'm saying? That's Colombia or whatever. They go into countries that cost a whole lot less to live in, and they getting a whole lot of bang for their buck there, and they could feel rich. People who can't feel rich in America sometimes go on vacation out of America to feel rich, like because they can't afford the finest of lifestyle here like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't even gonna get into the women part per se. You know, college not gonna matter that much, Ernest, on and down, because people are getting hired for a lot of different reasons now. You know, because I know people hired and they just got certifications. That's the thing. Like some people are just getting out of that. Young G, man, I ain't even gonna. Young G, thanks again, but I got you on this one. I got you on this. Trying to sneak a you cold blooded apple. That like personally, I go to Ross or Burlington Coat Factory shop, dog. I don't even go. And I've been like that for years. Ross, Burlington, Marshalls. I go there. I'm gonna tell you why. Because what I learned a long time ago is I'm not into fashion anyway. You know what I'm saying? And they sell a lot of things that are brand name, that are, you know, um, that are cheaper. They may be in fashion since they may be a year or 2 years old, and I don't give a damn. They t-shirts be cheap. I'll be cool with that. I get that. I got these from there. I got two gray ones, two black ones, two white ones, a red one, a blue one. Man, and it was all like $5 to $9 a piece. You know, Dillard's. Now I don't go to Dillard's, man. Dillard's. You know, I used to go to Dillard's and Maison Blanche when I was in New Orleans. Yeah, same cotton, all the same. To me, I'm like, I don't even want to do all that. No, and the other reason, you know, when I go, don't get me wrong, I go in those stores, I go in, you know, all of the stores, and I'm looking at the clothes like, I'm not finna pay $60 for these jeans. I'm not finna pay $60 for this shirt. I'm not finna do it. I'm not finna do it. You know, outlet stores. You know, now I ain't finna buy no Coogee sweater that's 37 years old either. But Coogee is owned by Fubu now. So a lot of times that's also why I go there, because I like to support quote unquote black business. So I could get stuff like Coogee, like Jordan brand stuff sells a lot. I remember I used to get my son truck fit. I don't really rock away and Sean John like that, but I got some of their stuff like that. You know, the stuff, I don't wear True Religion. That's stupid to me. True Religion, that costs too much for them damn jeans. That's like when people buy stuff like that, I'm not playing with it. And I like Nike got an outlet too. And I go to the Nike outlet every now and then to buy some sneakers and whatnot, you know, because you can get it, you know, I get everything on sale. I'm not finna buy something when it first come out because I don't like it. You know, and to be perfectly honest, even like I'm not a sneakerhead either. So like, oh my God, I hate I hate basketball shoes because basketball shoes look ugly as hell to me. You know, my bad, Patrick. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like basketball shoes look ugly as hell to me. They big, they bulky. You know, they got these ridiculous ass colors. You know, they just not, you know, even Jordans. I got some Jordans, but I don't have the kind that other people have. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the ones and tens, and I don't need all that shit. All that looking fashionable. I got good shoes. That's it. I might buy a pair of shoes, buy a real pair of shoes that cost maybe $100, $200. You know, like boots, dress shoes, shit like that that's gonna last. But I ain't finna go out here buying crazy clothes because they don't make sense. And me being me, I think here's the kicker. And I'm glad Young G, I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of times I've noticed that what winds up kicking people's ass is weight. You gain a bunch of weight and you can't fit your clothes no more, and now you buy new clothes. And that's what makes your life unaffordable. Because, you know, one of the coolest things, one of the reasons I keep my gym membership and I work out on a regular basis is because I don't want to buy no new clothes. I still fit everything that I had from 10 years ago. I was messing with my woman one day. I went in my closet. I said, I could go to a 90s, 2000 party. I still got one of the Vocal jackets when Nelly had clothes. When Vocal was the apple bottom was the girls and Vocal was the guy. That jacket is about 37 feet long because it's an old hip hop jacket. I got the Adidas. I got the classic Adidas jacket still to this day. I got jean jackets. I got, you know, big coats, all that other stuff. But I got, you know, actually clothes. Like if I buy clothes, literally, when I hit a certain age, I only buy classic clothes. And what I mean by that, I buy regular jeans that are comfortable fit. I don't buy no skinny jeans. I don't buy no slim jeans. I don't buy no jeans cut up. I'm not finna be, you know, buying clothes over and over again. I got polo shirts, still got polo shirts. You know what I'm saying? I got dress shirts, button-up shirts, the regular colors, the white, the black, the gray, the pinstripe. I got all that. I got suits, you know, I got that. But I keep them in the same size, you know, because I got slacks. You know, I could tell you like when a couple years ago, yeah, he's a damn Vocal. Yeah, I got that joint. I can go get it right now. You laugh your ass off. You know, they should work out, Young G. They should work out. You know, and thanks again, man. Like they should work out because I work out every day. That's another thing. Like a lot of times we don't put our money where it's supposed to be. And what I mean by that is America is not affordable because, and I've talked about this before, when you're in your 20s, get your life insurance when you're in your 20s. Get your health insurance when you're in your 20s. Get you a gym membership when you're in your 20s and 30s. Those 3 things alone will save you, a gang of money in the long run. Some of us can't afford America because you get sick. One of the biggest debts that we have in American society is a hospital bill. You go to a hospital, they're gonna put their foot way up your rectum. They're gonna snatch. Let me get everything out you for the next 20 years. If you got kids and your kids don't have any health insurance, that's why they make it mandatory when you're doing child support. You know what I'm saying? Because your kid mess around and break an arm or break a finger. Watch that. If you don't have health insurance, watch that cost you about $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 depending on where you at. I guarantee it. And you're gonna be sitting there, what the f is this? Layaway plan, man. Nah. Man, Wayman, that's what I'm talking about. 2 inches. I wear, my jean size, my pant size ain't changed in the last 5-6 years. I was swole up here. You know what I'm saying? I built like goddamn Minnie Mouse, not Minnie Mouse, Mighty Mouse. Swole up here, little bitty legs. You know what I'm saying? So it's a problem. They do have more hospitals than hospitals is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Hospitals is crazy. And even with this stuff, like people don't take it into consideration. Like America is not affordable because American diet, we keep health food costs more than junk food. No, it don't. No, it don't. No, it don't. Now I ain't gonna lie. I spent a gang of money yesterday at the grocery store, and I felt like I ain't hardly buy nothing. But I was buying them prep meals, and I bought like 5 of them. I'm gonna tell you something, and I never do that. I just did it. My woman bought me some meals, and I was like, I'm gonna buy, do that, see what it is. It's like I ain't buying this shit no more. I ain't buying it no more. A lot of this stuff is ridiculous. You can make these things yourself and live and learn that way. You know what I mean? So, group, yeah, well, Jana, I wish, because because family don't get it, and what winds up happening is a lot of times we working, and people want to get on somebody else's insurance. Because I know that you got to have for group rates. I know you have to have either a business capacity or a I think family capacity where you can get in group rates. And business is one thing. Family, our family's all broken up. Yeah, but I bought some gelato yesterday. That cost too damn much, but it's good though. You know what I'm saying? Apple, what'd you say? Ooh, man, exactly. Yeah, I feel you, Apple, man. That's a problem. That's a problem. It's becoming unaffordable because if you have a health scare, you might be done. Like people don't think about all the people who have a health scare during this COVID-19 thing, who watch like they it's going to take them some years to pay this off. It's going to take them some years to pay this off. Scooby, take care, fam. Matter of fact, let me get out of here because I gotta go to my coworker's pool party. Oh, Shay, if you out there, we gonna figure it out today, player. We gonna figure it out. Life insurance. If you have kids, yeah, man. Oh, I take that back. America's not affordable because we don't know how to. If you got life insurance, create a will. If whatever you get, whatever you have and you own in life, create a will. Like before I go, if you got life insurance, beneficiary. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your children are your primary beneficiary. If they hit a certain age and they can inherit the home and they can inherit money, make sure they doll it out. Yeah, it's a pool party, man. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm going to jerk chicken and co-workers and pool, and I'm bringing some vodka. Yes. A living will. Thank you, Emmanuel. Create yourself a living will. You know, create yourself a living will, because if you don't, because this is the thing about preparing the next generation. You got to put them in a situation where they just can't touch the money and sell a property like that, because you see how this works. We see how this works. So guess what? If you got a house, look, you can't sell a house. You can't sell a house. If you sell a house, you know, blah 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 blah. This gotta happen. This gotta happen. Create a living will so you don't have all these people at successions and all these lawyers and all of these people eating at all the money. Shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that at all. So you don't have this problem. But now I'm gonna get out of here, y'all, because Memorial Day tomorrow. It is what it is. A little barbecue, a little kicking, a little drinks. It is what it is. Peace. No, it's not raining out here no more, Ernest, because I went running. We good.